Greetings, my name is Cody, and I'll be presenting on cryptographic benefits, challenges, and solutions in enterprise environments. Cryptography is a foundational component of cybersecurity. It's used to protect data, confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity across systems, networks, and applications. First, we have symmetric encryption. This type of encryption uses a single shared key for both encryption and decryption. Its biggest advantage is speed. It is very efficient and is commonly used for encrypting large amounts of data, such as files, disk storage, and network communications. However, the major challenge with symmetric encryption is key distribution. Both parties must securely share the same key, and if that key is intercepted or exposed, the entire system becomes compromised. Because of this limitation, symmetric encryption is rarely used alone in enterprise environments. Asymmetric encryption uses a public and private key pair. The public key is used for encryption, while the private key is used for decryption. This solves the key distribution problem because the public key can be shared openly without compromising security. Asymmetric encryption also supports authentication via the use of digital signatures. Asymmetric encryption powers the digital signatures by letting you create a unique signature for your message or document. You first make a short fingerprint or a hash of the content, then encrypt that hash with your private key, which you only have. Anyone can verify it using your public key to decrypt the signature and check it if it matches their own hash of the received message. If it does, it proves that the message isn't changed and it really came from you. Non-repudiation means users cannot deny their actions. It is widely used in public key infrastructure, or PKI, which is the backbone of secure communications like HTTP secured and digital certificates. However, asymmetric encryption is slower than symmetric encryption, which limits its use for large data encryption. To address the limitations of both methods, enterprises use hybrid cryptography. This combines the strengths of symmetric and asymmetric encryption. Asymmetric encryption is used to securely exchange a symmetric key, and then symmetric encryption is used for the actual data transfer. This approach provides both strong security and high performance. Now, hybrid cryptography is used in most real-world systems, including transport layer security, virtual private networks, and secure messaging platforms. It is considered the standard approach for enterprise-level encryption. Despite its benefits, implementing cryptography in an enterprise environment comes with real challenges. One major issue is PKI lifecycle management, which includes creating, distributing, renewing, and revoking digital certificates. The larger the organization, the more broad and hard it is for one administrator or team to manage. Organizations also face challenges with integrating cryptographic systems across different platforms, selecting the correct algorithms and key sizes, and ensuring proper implementation. Even strong encryption methods can fail if it is configured incorrectly. In many cases, security breaches occur not because the algorithm is weak, but because the implementation itself is flawed. Cryptography must be properly integrated into the overall security architecture. Poor system design can introduce vulnerabilities that bypass even strong encryption. For example, the lack of network segmentation can allow attackers to move laterally on the network. Also, weak isolation between systems can expose sensitive data to attackers. To reduce these risks, organizations use segmentation, isolation, and other layered security strategies. This aligns with the concept of defense in depth, where multiple layers of security work together to protect systems. For cryptographic solutions to be effective, they must match the organization's specific security needs. This includes selecting appropriate algorithms, strong key lengths, and selecting secure protocols. A critical component is key management, which includes key generation, storage, key rotation, and key revocation. If key management fails, the entire cryptographic system fails as well. Additionally, PKI trust relationships must be maintained to ensure that certificates remain valid and trustworthy. Finally, cryptography must be properly integrated into real systems, not just theoretically secure, but must be practically implemented. Despite the many benefits that cryptography provides, there are attacks that specifically target the process. Cryptanalytic attacks attempt to break encryption either mathematically or through implementation weaknesses. Common types include brute force attacks, which try all possible keys in a system. Plain text or ciphertext attacks analyze data patterns. Side channel attacks exploit system behavior like timing or power consumption, as these attacks show that security is not just about the algorithm, it's also about how it is implemented and protected. Even strong encryption can be compromised if attackers exploit weaknesses in the environment. To defend against these threats, organizations implement multiple strategies. These include using strong modern algorithms and key sizes, preventing misconfigurations through secure defaults, maintaining proper key lifecycle management, as well as combining technical controls with operational policies. Security is not a one-time setup. It requires continuous monitoring, updates, and improvements. A layered approach that combines cryptography with strong operational practices provides the best defense. And that concludes this presentation. Thank you so very much for watching.